G'day, MrBuzZz here. I'm in Kingspray VR on the Oculus Quest, and I've got a video that's been requested by people, and it's a little bit overdue. It's to do with the update that was on the Quest recently, and two of the features were stencils and reference images. So you can bring your own images into the game and use them. Starting off, I'm looking at the reference images, and this was my first little interaction with it. I dropped in a picture of a goblin with the skull, and I was going to try and draw this one on the wall using the reference image. And you follow the lines from the drawing, and with the phone you can zoom in a little bit on the image. You can shift it around with the cursor. That's as far as you can zoom in, unless you want to get it close to your face. I'm just going to speed up the footage here so we can get through this little drawing that I did, using the phone as a reference as I went. The colours and where the lines went. Also doing it here for the coloured smoke coming out of the skull. Trying to get it as close to the picture as I could. Yeah, near enough. That's the reference images. Zoom in, zoom out, you can move it around. That one resets it if you have zoomed in. So, there we go. So, moving on to stencil. It's pretty cool. In this game it's got a whole bunch of stencils. You'll find a blank area over here. Quickly flip through them all. You may recognize them as Banksy images. I think they're all Banksy images. But if you're a huge fan of him, you can have a ball. I'm going to choose this one, which I've already done a drawing of in the past. You can see right there. I actually do like this image there of the girl with the balloon. So left and right, clicking on the joystick on the controller makes it a stamp or a stencil. So in this case I'm going to use my right joystick and click it onto the wall as a stencil. So it comes up as you would expect in the reverse colours, black and white, on the wall. And you can choose your colours, spray it onto the stencil. Mix up your colours if you like. And I forgot to turn my pressure back up. Quickly do that. Get it nice and wet, nice and solid. And then, as long as you have phone back onto the stencil image, you right click again and it removes the stencil, and you're left with what you painted on the wall. So now I'm going to use the left joystick on the left controller and click it, and it will put it up as a stamp. Coming closer here and you can see the difference. It's got finer detail on the stamp than it does for the stencil. And you can paint over it if you wanted to. Make your own adjustments. Doll it up however you want. Away we go. That's a simple little explanation of how to use stamps and stencils. Another thing you could do is paint a background, whatever colour you like. Toss up a few different colours here. And then choose your stencil. You can't change the size of the stencil, it's a single size for each background. And if I stamp it on the wall, do it properly and press the left joystick, And there we go. A nice little image, coloured background and a stencil. And this was my first attempt at drawing my own stencils. And the problem that I'm having here is the image I used actually contained an alpha background, a transparent background. Same one with this B. And so when I put it up as a stamp, it covers the whole wall, which isn't what you want. And when I try it as a stencil, clean this off real quick. So this is a PNG with transparency. See, it doesn't have the black background. It's reversed it. You can still fill it in. You've kind of got to stay within your lines a bit more. And you remove it, reveal the stencil. And it looks terrible. So, that's my first experience, and I was not too impressed, and I knew I was doing something wrong. So, it does pick it up a little bit, and here's another example of the same image. I'm just spraying a single colour. It very faintly picks it up. So, it's because it's a colour image. I think the best images you can use are black and white. I'm going to move on to how to move your images into the Quest. So as long as you can plug your Quest into a computer, the Android folder in the data, and Infectious Ape, Kingspray. Go into File, and you will see two folders, one called Stencils and the other Reference Images. These are the two folders you want to drop your images into. As you can see, I've already had my two images in here. Both of them didn't work as I intended, so I'm just going to delete them. These 5 images I'm going to drop into that folder. Now I've made sure that they all have a white background. So I'm going to remove these ones. As you saw, they didn't work as stencils. Now I'm going to just drop the same 5 images into that folder as well. The only real thing that I want to point out is images can be a JPEG or a PNG. They just can't have a transparent background. And the file size has to be smaller than 1 megabit. I've got a mix here of coloured and black and white images as well, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, most of these are JPEGs. This one here with the bear is a PNG. Coming back to one of the new backgrounds that I've already used before. And we're going to pick a spot up this end of the carriage. Check our reference images first. So that's pretty simple. As you can see, you can zoom in. If it's a smaller image, you can zoom in on it a bit better. Better used for pictures that you want to, draw across. So let's quickly scribble this one on the wall using my reference. Pretty good. Okay. I think that's self-explanatory. You drop your image in and you use it as a reference image to go. The stencil, that's what we want to get into in this part of the video. That's playing up a little bit there, but as I flick around and I find my images, there's MrBuzZz thought. Pretty cool. We'll move over here. Stick him down in the corner here. Use my shaky hand, of course. Gonna pop him down here as a stencil. And that looks pretty good to me. Nice fine detail on that. I'm impressed. That one actually worked. So if I put it up here as a stencil, and I'm gonna grab white, and I probably should have grabbed black. That doesn't matter. Color him in white. simple. Turn that off. And there we go. Stencil. Same image. Pretty cool. Get our teddy bear. Stamp him over here. Put a stencil over here using a background. And make a little pink bear. 2020, year of the bear hunt. So here we go. Spotted him. Smash like. Hit subscribe. And then I'll just remove the stencil. You have to wiggle your controller around to remove that. So there's our pink bear on our orange, very, very bright orange background. Back some eyes on him. Nose and eyes, there we go. If you had your own image and possibly even multiple stencils, you could come up with a pretty good image there. Stamp him on the wall. Pretty good detail. You pick this coloured one, and as you can see there, it's coming out very faint. It's yellow. That stencil, let's check that out. You can't see the yellow. So at this point I'm going to say coloured stencils and stamps don't work as well as just black and white images. Looking for a nice stencil, I guess it makes sense to have a two-tone black and white. And it comes out okay, it looks a bit washed. A bit vintage piece. Stamp this one somewhere, there we go. Yeah. Put the stencil up. Get this one in white as well as black on the wall. Good colour. There we go. That was pretty cool. And if you wanted to, you could also get the stamp after you've done the stencil, line it up as best you can, and stamp it on the wall. It gives a pretty nice effect. Cool. Let's have a bit of fun with that. Put another one down here. Yellow bee with these blue wings. Add a bit of shading. Don't forget, smash like, hit subscribe if you like this video, want to see more. Move that out, there we go. I'm pretty happy with that stencil. The black and white ones work really well. Stencil this one. And this is a coloured image. I just want to sort of see how it's going to turn out, because I said the black and white ones probably turn out the best, but this is maybe one of those cases too where if you had multiple stencils of the same image, you could do almost like a lino print style stencil, you know, on the wall. Proper stencil. I'm just mucking around at this point. I hope this video has helped you out, give you a bit of an insight into how to use the reference images and stencils with the new update. The colours are a bit flat, so I'm going to try and line up this stencil, and again with my shaky hand, it may not be perfect, but this may help just to get some tones and shading in there. Come on, come on. Click. A little bit of. That's alright. You get the idea. spray it on. Because after you've used the stencil and removed it, there's a little period there where the image stays in the same spot. And if you click it with the left, just in time, then it puts that stencil, puts a stamp over the top of the stencil. Actually a pretty cool effect. Alright. Move on. I'm gonna have a bit of fun with this. Thanks for watching this far. The tutorial part, I guess, is over, and now I'm just going to have a little bit of fun with one of my images. As you can see here too, on a different background, the stencil size is actually different. It's larger on this wall than what it was on the carriage. If you're looking for large size images or small, then possibly even depends on the background that you're using. Anyway, I'll leave you there. Happy watching. Thanks for watching. Again, subscribe if you like. Hit that like button. Smash it. Ring it. Put your finger on it. Yeah. See ya!